everyone.
What's going on?
Happy May, everyone.
How you guys doing this today?
On the Sunday afternoon, we are so glad you're here. We are going live. I want to make sure we are doing it right and everything is good.
Yep.
So go ahead. Let's see what we're
So
going to
today
talk about.
we're going to talk about kitchen makeovers.
Yeah.
It seems like, everybody goes to their kitchen, right? You want to eat some food, do something, that's what I'm thinking. You want to eat some food, that's pretty much what you do in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, prepare, and you have family fellowship and things like that. So one of the biggest DIY projects for people have been kitchen makeovers. And that is one of the subjects that you guys are the people who have gone on our community poll. A lot of our subscribers have said that they wanted to learn about planning and different things about kitchen makeovers. So let's get into that.
Let's get right into it.
Okay, so do you want to tell us about our kitchen makeover experience?
Well, first we'll tell you that we're actually in our kitchen right now.
Yes.
So we're in the kitchen that we actually renovated during one of our videos. So we did everything from the rooter to the tutor in this kitchen, and we'll just tell you how we start a kitchen makeover project.
Well, our story was that we wanted to do some type of makeover to our kitchen, and we asked for quotes, or we were searching for quotes, and we literally were shocked at
how much we were quoting.
Yeah, the amount. Our kitchen is small.
It's a small kitchen. But the amount that sometimes people want to charge
the contractors were coming in,
it's a little bit high.
So the first thing they had said to us was to do just like a cabinet makeover. And
well, they didn't say makeover. They actually said a refacing of the cabinets.
A refacing of the cabinets.
So a refacing of your cabinets is they're going to take the front of the cabinet, the door of the cabinet, either replace that to reface it or just repaint it, whatever they're going to do.
Well, they're going to put a coating.
Yeah,
they say they
put a new
they
coating.
say they don't paint it.
That's right, they don't paint it. You're right.
Yeah, they like resurface.
We paint, but they don't paint.
Right, reface it. And I think we probably have maybe 20 cabinets total. Yeah. And I think the price was like around...
It was $16,000.
Yeah.
Just for that.
And maybe we just didn't know better.
We knew better not to do it. That's what we were
just
$16,000.
That is a lot. So that got us to thinking, well, we hadn't even talked about the countertops yet. We hadn't talked about the flooring as far as with contracting. And that was one of the plans that we wanted to do. So for us in our home, we weren't doing a kitchen renovation.
No, not a kitchen. Well, just an upgrade.
Yeah, we wanted to do a kitchen makeover.
Yeah.
And that means we just want to change the colors. Kind of, we're working with what we have.
But you know what? We need to tell them the first thing we really wanted to do in the kitchen was change the flooring. Because that was the main thing when we bought this house. The flooring was just the vinyl. The vinyl, what is it called?
It's a roll vinyl.
The roll of vinyl, and it had lots of little holes in there. So I'm thinking maybe the previous owners had a dog or a cat or something, but it was a lot of little holes in there.
Yeah, it looked like it was scratched. It was maybe
scratches or
and stains and things like that. Yeah. But it was old. It was an older home. And so it looked like that was the original flooring, though. So,
it definitely was the original flooring. So we had to, after a while, we just wanted to get it up. And so that was the main reason why we began our journey in doing our home makeover.
Right.
Not renovation, but a makeover. And so from there, we went to the floor. We were starting to think about different colors of the kitchen because we found some tiles. And so we're going to tell you first how we begin the process of actually doing that work. And one of the things we do is we
make a plan.
We make a plan.
That's the first thing.
Yes.
You want to make a plan of what you would like to do. So after we got all of the quotes and we figured,
what was needed and what was not needed. We always start from the top down.
Right.
So every project that we do, whether we just start from the top down and literally from the ceiling all the way down to the floor.
Yes, and that just kind of gives you a better way to do your DIY if you're doing when you're doing it yourself, so that any mistakes or anything that happens, your last, I guess, project that you're doing is the floor. So if you're painting, you're not painting before you do your floor.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to paint over a really
especially
nice floor.
if you just installed it and you're like putting all that work in.
Yeah.
So the number one thing we would say for a kitchen makeover is to definitely make your plan first. And if you guys are here live with us, make sure you put in the comments, hi, where you're from, where you're coming in and joining us from. We'd love to see where we are connecting with you. So, so the plan. So for us, now that we got these quotes and we're like, we are not trying to do $16,000
for that one thing.
Yeah,
that wasn't the whole entire kitchen.
Let's see like what we could do for under $1,000.
Exactly.
I don't even know what we were expecting. What did we think we were going to spend on it?
That's the funny thing. There's a reality, and then there's what you might want. And those two things don't always match up.
I think I wanted to spend $500.
Yeah, a whole kitchen for $500, or just a part. I mean,
I had no idea. We had no idea. So with the plan, you're kind of like seeing what's out there. So first, there's some aspects of a kitchen makeover that you can do. So let's just talk about that real quick. So one of the things you can do is cabinets. Yeah. Cabinets is a big thing. We'll talk about that. And if you just do a cabinet makeover in your kitchen, that can help with, the look of the kitchen as well, opening it up, changing the whole kind of vibe for it. The next thing you can do is countertops.
Yes.
There's people who have put like contact paper on countertops. There's people who have,
and we're talking about DIYers.
Yes. There's people who have put like a countertop coating and epoxy, different things
paint.
Like that. And this is all of things you can do without replacing your countertops. Mm-hmm. These are just things that you're doing a makeover.
You're just basically upgrading them or fixing them, or what we call making things better than before.
Yeah.
That's one of our slogans is we like to make things better than before.
And then you can also do fixtures. So if you want to get a new faucet, a new sink basin, or appliances, that is kind of considered a kitchen makeover too. You can update your kitchen by just changing your fixtures out, and you're not doing like a big project, hands-on project.
But changing fixtures really does change the look of a room. I mean, you could change the cabinet fixtures, and it really does.
The hardware.
The hardware.
Yeah.
Fixtures are more like the lighting. I'm sorry. But you could change the fixtures and the hardware, and your whole room will change, or your kitchen will change. And
then you're not necessarily
spending
doing
a lot of money or anything.
Well, you're spending a lot of money for the appliances.
Oh no, depends on your budget.
But I'm saying you're not doing like a lot of the labor intensive DIY kitchen things you can do, like painting cabinets. Yeah. So you could do that. And then last, like we talked about before, is flooring. And one thing in a kitchen that you want to kind of consider is that a kitchen is a very high traffic area.
High traffic, yes.
So
you need everything that can withstand that high traffic, such as a good paint if you use paint.
On the floor?
No, for the cabinets.
No, I'm talking about the floor.
Oh, okay.
High traffic area.
Yeah, that is traffic. But I'm thinking if you're touching the cabinets, fingerprints, we have kids, so it's high traffic. Yeah,
we're at the floor now. So I'm saying like you don't want to use the cheap products.
No, definitely
not. On your floor. You really want to consider like if you want to replace it with vinyl is a great kitchen product, truth be told. I mean, if you have like luxury vinyl tile, luxury vinyl planks, even ceramic tiles, those type of things, you want to consider that there may be moisture, spills, drops, scratches, stains for your flooring, and when you're considering that. Yes. Okay. So
for our floor, if you want to start from the floor or start from the top of.
Well, we'll start from the top. It's just that we wanted to say that the very first thing is planning. And these are some of the things you consider. So we'll just like let them know like what we did for ours.
One of the things we did, the first thing we did when it came to planning is we took a picture or a couple of pictures of the kitchen. And then we were drawing or writing down dimensions on that picture. So I don't know, that's a nice little tip. I'm not sure if anybody's ever used that before, but it's almost like you're using your own kind of like schematic or drawing because you actually have the actual kitchen. So you say over here, my countertop is X by X, or my flooring is X by X, you know.
I forgot one thing to add. I'm sorry. I forgot. The other thing you can do in your kitchen is add a backsplash. Totally. I'm so sorry. That is an easy way to like add dimension, add a little bit of texture exactly to your kitchen. And that is something a DIYer can do with a lot of the products out there now that are peel and stick or easy. You don't have to have like porcelain or ceramic tiles that you would have to cut or have special equipment for.
The great thing I like is that it depends on your skill level. So if you're a beginner, peel and stick was actually what helped us to transform this kitchen because we didn't know anything and we had no tools. So we had no skills, no tools, or, you know, and no real direction as far as, except for what we were making for ourselves. Because we didn't have anybody just actually saying, you do this, do that, and it's going to come out great. We just did it, and especially with the colors and everything, and it all just kind of came together.
Yeah.
And so we were happy with the fact that it came together. But peel and stick actually helped us out, and they have great peel and stick Backsplash that's actually still on our kitchen right now. And we have peel and stick on the flooring, which is still here as well. So
and some people are adding peel and stick to their islands, or, you know, I don't know what that space is underneath the island, but some people are doing the board and batten type of textures. Some people do peel and stick. Some people actually add tile. Some people are adding planks.
Wood.
You can do a lot of different things yourself in your kitchen and save a lot of money.
Definitely.
So that's fun.
We want to keep that money in our pocket.
Yeah. So once we planned it out, we took a picture of our kitchen, and then we decided like what colors do we want. So for us, we kind of were like in the gray tones and kind of gray, blue. And we started off with painting.
It's funny because I think gray was it was the it color, but gray has always been one of our favorite colors. And so we just like to have that color around. It makes us feel good. So when you're doing your kitchen makeover, pick colors that make you feel good. So when you walk into your kitchen, you automatically feel good. You're about to get you some food. You want to sit down. You want to feel good from the food and from the atmosphere. And because you're gonna look at it a lot. So take your time in picking colors that complement your taste and your lifestyle. So the other thing is, then we did our cabinets, and there are some people who like to have their lower cabinets a darker color and their upper cabinets lighter, or you can just, you know, have them all the same color. And usually people will have either wood cabinets or MDF. And that's kind of like a particle board. Like how do you describe MDF? It's like, well, it's a fake wood. That's pretty much what it is. And so it doesn't do everything that the real wood does, but it gives it the same kind of look. Well, not texture, but as far as like firmness.
Like IKEA cabinets, I think, are made out of MDF. If you guys know what other cabinets are made out of, please let us know in the comments. But yes, those type of cabinets are, to me, easier to paint, but some people will tell you that you can't paint those cabinets. And that
was our experience.
Yes.
They told us, no, you can't do that. And they didn't know what we've already done. So they didn't
know what we were planning to do.
We hadn't done
it yet.
No, well, we did something in the bathroom.
That's right. We did.
So we did paint cabinets before.
We painted a vanity cabinet, and it turned out really good. And so that's why we didn't understand. And I think all we needed to do was buy a can of primer and a can of paint. And now we had like in our minds, to us, a whole new vanity.
So everything that you do when it comes to painting, as far as what we do,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we do. You can do what you want to do, but what we do is we prime before we paint.
Yeah.
Because that way, every time we put a coat of paint on it, it's going to stay there for as long as it possibly can. When we have done projects, and we did not prime, the paint does not adhere to the surface of the
chips
thing.
or it like wears down easily, especially in a kitchen or bathroom, because the water, the moisture, those are high traffic areas. So I think that vanity cabinet that was MDF, less than $50 to make over. And so you can tell the difference between like $50 to $16,000 for cabinets. That just seemed like it wasn't matching up. So we're going to do it ourselves.
So we painted the kitchen cabinets, and then we also purchased some new hardware for the cabinets. And
I think that was something we really enjoyed. Because we changed out. This is when we learned about knobs and pulls.
Yes.
So everything in the kitchen had knobs on them. And when we watched a YouTuber that was talking more of interior design, she showed us how to do or change out a
knob into a pull.
A knob into a pull.
Yes.
Thank you, babe. And that was nice for his hands, because his hands are a lot bigger, and it changed the whole look of our cabinetry. So some cabinets don't even have any knobs or pulls. They'll have like an indention underneath. And some people will still put knobs just to give, or pulls to give it kind of the style that they may like. And that's a really kind of easy DIY project.
Yes.
Because once you drill the holes for the handles, you do all of that before you paint. And you just stick that wood putty or filler.
The wood filler. Yeah, you put wood filler in there so you can
into the hole you don't want.
Yeah, cover the hole that you don't want. And then you put a prime over it, and after you've sanded everything, then you can't even see the previous hole.
It looks really good. And we do have a video that's kind of the overview of our kitchen makeover. So check that out on our channel, because you can see how kind of a breakdown of what we did for each area. And what doing the cabinets kind of showed us is that we didn't know as like beginner DIYers, is that they have like special paint for cabinets. It's like a cabinet enamel.
A cabinet enamel, which is I don't want to say a harder paint, but when it dries, it gives it allows the paint not to scratch as easily.
Yeah, and
it's really good.
And it repels water.
I love enamel paint.
And I think sometimes a lot of DIYers were using chalk paint or different types of paint. And even if you use other types of paint, you can use a coating that you can put over your paint to give it a protection, because you are going to be grabbing it a lot. It is in a kitchen area, and you can protect it. But the main thing is, when you're painting cabinets, is to make sure that, for us, we would say that you prime.
Yeah. So as far as cost goes, when you're planning for this, we went to the store, and you guys know when we go to a store, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna see the oops paint first, see if they got any oops paint. If somebody returns some enamel oops paint, so if they didn't, we'll go to the other part where it costs $25 to $30.
We'll look at our real color that we selected, and that's one thing that we also did. We had our motivational picture.
Yeah.
So
that's two things we do. We'll take a picture of it, and we'll look at a motivational picture, something that we see that's upscale, or something that we like that has maybe the colors that we like.
Yes,
we prefer.
the whole look of the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just try to get as close to that as we possibly can. And it's like if it had silver accents and it'll have this certain color, we'll try to kind of match it in our makeover, and it kind of gives you a fun design on a dime type feel. Like, oh, can I make this look for only this amount of money? So we did that.
It's kind of fun, actually. You see what you can do. You can stay under budget when you're doing it. You don't want to go over budget. And it's fun to just see that how paint transforms a kitchen. I just love how this enamel paint has transformed our kitchen. Now I have to say this, enamel paint is different than regular paint because when it dries, it takes a little longer for it to dry, and it changes colors.
Yeah.
So you're like, wow, that's not the color that I thought I was going to get. But when it fully dries, it dries into a nice hard enamel
kind of
coating,
yeah,
and it gives you that nice, soft, firm color look that you wanted.
Very even.
Very even tone.
Yes.
Yeah, with no brush strokes or anything like that. So you really like that enamel paint.
Yeah. So if you guys are out there and you are wanting to do a kitchen makeover, let us know in the comments that a kitchen makeover is something that you'll be doing next. And if you have any questions about like what did we use or what type of products or anything, tools, let us know. Ask your question and we'll definitely get back with you. We'll tell you right now. But the other thing is, after we did our cabinets, we took our picture and we
wrote our dimensions.
We wrote the dimensions, and we numbered each cabinet.
That's a tip right there.
Yeah.
Number those cabinets because you want to make sure you put the right cabinet back in the right place.
And even though they look the same,
they look the same, yeah, but they're not. They don't fit the same.
Yeah, they won't hang the same.
Yeah.
They won't hang the same. And some people at this point will do like add different like soft close hardware or change the hinges. That's a little bit more intermediate, but you can do that too. Our cabinets are hidden, hidden hinges. So when you see the look of our cabinets, you don't see the hinges that are helping them close, not the hardware of the knobs, but the hinges. A lot of people that have wood cabinets, I think you can see the hinges. And that's something you want to consider when painting, because you'll either have to take all of them off or you'll paint around them, or you'll have to replace them if you want to change the color, change the look. And that can be costly, or that's definitely a significant consideration for your kitchen makeover.
So just look at your budget and decide on what it is you really want to do. There are options that you can do when it comes to kitchen makeovers. And we're just trying to show you some of the options things that we've done.
Yeah.
So you can say, oh, I never thought about that. That's all we're trying to do, is just give you that extra little thing to make you think about something that you may have not
considered. And when you look at a cabinet, the hinges, that's 2 times each one. So you're like, let's say you do have 20 cabinets, you're looking at 2 hinges a piece. Now that's 40 pieces of hardware. Sometimes they're like, can be from 5 to 10 to 20 a piece, depending on what you're doing. And that adds up fast. So you want to just make sure that you plan that in and you're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. So we did the cabinets. Now we're doing the countertops. Or when we did ours, did we do our countertop first or our backsplash?
We actually did the countertop first,
okay.
And then we did our backsplash.
Yes.
I'm not sure why, but we chose to do the countertop and make a change to it.
Yeah, I think because we were going to paint. We didn't want any of the paint to get on the backsplash. And for our counters, we had, what's that? We had a splash guard.
Yeah.
Or you know how some countertops just butt up against the wall. The wall. Yeah. Ours butts up, but then it has that splash guard. And so if we paint it, that's probably why we did it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So for ours, to be honest with you, we didn't do anything fancy with it. We actually used acrylic paint. So we just did something different and we experimented with it. We went and purchased some Rust-Oleum countertop coating, and we used the gray version of that as a base coat. And then we used some acrylic paint and we just dabbed it onto the countertop. We used a gray color and a white, ivory pearl white, ivory white kind of color. It was nice, and I like the way when it dried, how it meshed together and formed this nice pattern.
Yeah, first we were trying to go with the marble look, and then we were going with the what did you call that? What did you call the look?
The quartz?
Yeah, it was like a
quartz is just one color usually. And
it wasn't marble. It was, I can't remember what we were going for, but it was in our little inspirational picture, and we were like, oh, we can create that kind of look as we're doing the countertop. So we have a video on that, and we dabbed the paints together. so that it would make like a little, like you said, a pattern. And then we added a coating on top.
We added the polyacrylic coating.
Mhm.
So we used some, what do you call it, foam brushes?
Yes.
And we just used the foam brushes and did long strokes,
Yeah.
long strokes over the acrylic paint. And it turned out really good.
It did. And I think there's some polyacrylics that people were saying yellow, some of the reviews. So just check on the coating that you want to put on top of your countertop. Also look at where your kitchen is. If you have a lot of natural light, if it's kind of a galley, depending on like what your arrangement is, because that will affect what type of coatings and what type of colors. So we do recommend that you get sample paints, you try out small areas and see what they look like, because you can always change it. When you're DIYing, you can do it yourself. You can
do it yourself. You make changes whenever you choose to. And it's a great feeling to know that you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people, they want somebody else to do it. But for me and for you, we like the fact that we did it ourselves. So every time we look at our home, we see the fact that this is something that we did together, actually. And that makes us feel good.
Yeah, it was nice. And to see the design that came out, that we could do that. We could control how much like glitter, that wasn't glitter, it was like silver, metallic color we want, how much pearl we wanted to do. We could change it up while we were in the process of painting it. So that was kind of nice for our countertop. And we had that like a Formica, just a plain white Formica countertop, and it was older, so it had stains on it.
That's why we used the Rust-Oleum countertop coating paint for it.
I mean, it was amazing, the transformation. You check out that
video. By itself did a great transformation.
I wonder if we could put that on there.
I think we can. I think I'd like to try and put that video up. I mean, if I'll put a link to it. I mean, they can still see us while we're typing our stuff in.
Okay. So then the next thing that we did after we did our countertop is we did the backsplash. And let me tell you something. If this is your first time doing a backsplash and you definitely want that look, I would highly recommend using any type of peel and stick tile for your first time. It is so easy to create kind of a tiled look without even having to cut tile, measure the same way, work around outlets, and work around things in your kitchen. It's also something that can be removed. I don't know about easily in the sense of will it damage the surface behind it, but it definitely can be removed and you can replace it with something else. So if you're a person who likes to change the look of things a lot, peel and stick is definitely a great option, and it's getting better. These backsplashes are looking like real tile. They're looking like real textures, or like, I don't know what you call it. Like they're just doing very well in their designs that are coming up. For us, we did our kitchen makeover several years ago, and our peel and stick tile has not come up. And it's easy to clean. We can just use regular, whatever we're using, an all-purpose cleaner, or like what else? Like, dish detergent.
We keep it simple.
Wipe off the grease, wipe off spaghetti sauce, anything that we've spilled on our backsplash. They're easy to maintain. So just consider that if that's something that you would like to do. Was there anything else like on the backsplash side? Well, we enjoyed it so much. We were like, this product is great for beginners. This is great for us. And we saw how transformational it was looking. So we were just like, let's continue. And we have like a window in our kitchen. We just backsplashed the whole thing. We just were.
So if you've never seen our cabinet makeover video, I just posted that one in the chat, and you can take a look at it when you get a chance. But
we'll post the countertop one too.
Yeah,
we'll do that. Yeah,
I'll find that one.
We'll do that one. So the other thing that we didn't do it at this makeover, I don't think, but we did replace our fixtures, our faucet. And that was pretty straightforward because now the faucets that you can get at big box stores have all of the attachments, I guess, that you need, valves and things like that. And they're kind of like a click and lock combination installation, which for a DIYer is really nice. And with YouTube, you can find like actually how to install that specific faucet that you like. Now, one word of, it's not caution, but to plan. I would try to find out or look at videos before you purchased the item that you like. So if you are like thinking about this specific kitchen faucet, go ahead and look before you buy on how to install it, because some can be tricky and you don't know it, and you don't want to get into it and now you have this really difficult faucet to install.
Exactly. So so we talked about that, but
what'd you add? Which one did you add now?
I just added the countertop makeover.
Okay.
We did the cabinet makeover, the countertop makeover. We did the flooring in here, which probably on the whole total kitchen makeover.
Yeah, it is.
But
maybe no, we have that. We don't have that one. But the other thing is we finally went to the floor. And for us, we did use luxury vinyl tile on our flooring.
Yeah. Peel and stick luxury vinyl tile.
Yes. And we are on a concrete slab. So we used, we took our old vinyl up, but you don't have to.
We didn't know that at first, which was interesting. It's like, I wish that we would have known how to add the peel and stick on top of the vinyl plank. I mean, on top of the vinyl roll, but we didn't have the skills or the knowledge at that time.
Yeah.
Now that we do, we're going to tell you that, yes, you can put peel and stick on top of that. You can also do different things.
Well, I think we didn't. I think the only reason why we didn't was because our tile was so messed up. Like it was
rolling, it was curling.
Yeah.
Curling up.
So we didn't know how to like secure it down.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah. Because there's adhesives that you can use now. Now that we know more, there's adhesives that you can use to actually push it down and hold it in place. If we would have done that and just peel and stick over top of it, or now that we know how to use vinyl plank flooring, we could do that on top of it as well.
Yeah.
So there's different options that you can have, and each one costs a different price.
Yes.
So they're in a different bracket for your budget. So you would have to look at it and decide how much square footage am I using, and what is the product that I'm choosing to use as well. Do I need a underlayment for that product? And if I do, then you have to add that to the budget as well.
So in our kitchen, we had a concrete subfloor.
Yes.
And so with a concrete subfloor, you don't really need to have a underlayment when you're doing vinyl tile. So, Seashells Boutique says, love your projects. Thank you, Seashells. We appreciate that. So, so we had the concrete and we went ahead and like scraped up that's
the reason why I said I wish that we knew how to tile over tile, because trying to scrape it up was hard.
It was very hard.
It was very difficult to scrape it up. And that's because it was the original flooring, and the house was, back then they put it down so it's going to stay there forever.
Right. The roll.
So the adhesive that they used was very hard to get up. And you see part of it in one of our videos, the kitchen videos, but that wasn't all of it. I should have showed everything. I tried adhesive remover. I tried water. I tried all types of things. You might ask.
But you got it up. I
did get it up. It wasn't pretty, but I did get it up. And we used a scraper, so we didn't know at the time. You can also go to Home Depot or Lowe's and rent professional tools to do your projects. So that's something that you can also do.
Yeah.
That might add to your budget, but it's something that you can do. We actually purchased a scraper that was cost maybe $14 or something like that at the time.
It did work. The thing what it did for our makeover is it added more time, because so when you're planning your DIY and you're thinking, okay, day 1 or day 5, we're going to do this. And then it took us maybe like 2 or 3 days just to get the old tile up, because we were soaking it overnight. We were using chemicals. We were trying to do it. And
it really was hard to get up.
Yeah, we were concerned that our new flooring would not work if our old flooring or the old surface had a lot of like lumps and old adhesive. And everyone that we were talking to or listening to for product reviews and everything was like, you've got to get your subfloor nice and smooth. And so Daires was scraping away.
I tried my best. I mean, but the thing I didn't know was it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be smooth. So that is a difference. I mean, you may think, why would you say something like that? Because you're looking at the concrete and you're thinking it has to look very brand newish. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to look brand new. It just has to be smooth. So that means that you don't have lumps on it, because those lumps, when you put something else on it and it has a lump, it will mess up, especially peel and stick. It'll mess up and cause it to poke up. The adhesion won't work. So you'll see that after you put something over top of it. And so
hi, Raina and Kathy. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Glad you're here with us. We're just talking all things kitchen makeover. So like I said, if you guys have a question, any comments, just leave it down below. So after we got the tile up, after all of that, the old tile, we had to let it dry. And the other thing that we learned about that we want you to consider is acclimation of tiles. And the acclimation means that the manufacturer wants you to bring the tiles into the actual home of the temperature that you're going to put it down in. And I guess some people will like store tiles in their garage or maybe their shed or somewhere. And it's not the same. These tiles expand and I guess contract with the weather and the temperature. So they want to make sure that the tiles have done their thing in the area that you are going to lay them down in. So I think that took us, do they want like a day, 24 hours or 48 hours? So then we didn't know that. So we're thinking, okay, tomorrow we're going to lay down tiles. We brought the tiles in. It's like, oh, we need to wait 2 days before we can do that. So that's where planning and knowledge helps.
I want to respond to Seashells. Because she has a question. She said, I'm planning a kitchen makeover. Something I thought I'd do is flip the kitchen cabinets inside out to take advantage of the flat back style. Do we have any thoughts on that? I think for me, I would do it, because if you because first of all, they're all going to be the same. If you're doing it throughout the whole entire kitchen, it's all going to be the same. Now, here's where it gets interesting. It depends on your hardware, how your hardware is set up inside of the cabinet. Like ours goes inside of the cabinet door. It's not flush against the door where you just screw it on. It's actually inside. So you have to look at that and see if you have either a flush one or one that goes inside. Because if it goes inside, there's a reason for that. And or here's the deal. You can purchase one, I guess, to purchase a hardware that is flush to change the look of it. So you can do, there's different things you can do.
So I guess what he's saying is that if you have hardware that's just drilled in there and there's no inset, you can flip it around and you'll just flip the hardware around, fill the holes on the other side. You can do that. But we had hardware that's inset inside of the door. So if we flipped it around, there would be like a hole there. So we couldn't do it, or we didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it. That's more work.
And I think some people, you can just get new cabinet doors. That's one of the things people do in a makeover.
That increases your budget as well.
Because now you have to measure all of them. You have to make sure that they fit. the same style, and that could be more labor intensive, but you can do it. Also, some people remove the cabinet doors. They'll add a glass door. Sometimes those frosted, excuse me, frosted doors. Sometimes they'll just take the door completely off, sand around where the hinges were, and kind of make it like a shelving, decorative shelving there. So, it's just what you want to kind of get into.
It depends on the look that you're looking to do.
And because, how much work you want to do.
And how much work you want to do. But here's the thing. Anything can be done. You can do that. So, if somebody says, oh, you can't really do this or that, it's like, there's ways to get the look that you want at a lower price.
Yes.
You can do it.
And, there's also types of paint that can give you a more like chic, flat look, if that's what you want, even if your cabinets have some type of coating on it. Yeah. I've even seen some people do kind of like a contact paper over the front of it. Like, for example, some of the old wooden cabinet doors would have like a lot of intricate, flowers or carving on it. And so they don't want to take the whole door off or replace the cabinets. And they may put like some type of contact paper over it to kind of flatten it and then paint that. Now that's a lot of different steps, and you have to see if that's what you want to do. But people have come up, the DIY community has come up with a lot of creative ways to get the look that they want.
Yeah.
And if you're okay, it's your home and that's what you'd like to do, I'd say go for it.
If you have the time and you want to do those steps, because you have to make sure that it cures after you paint it and make sure everything is set correctly. If you have the time and you want to do that, it's great. You can do, I believe that you can do anything,
Yeah,
that's
you can. And we would have probably even done more if we, knew more about it. And I think once you get into DIY, what do you think? Like, it does really help you to know, like, feel more confident about other projects, don't you think?
It does. Like, the more projects you do, the more confidence it builds in your skill level. And when you're in communities like this and you're talking to other people and they share with you what they have done, some people have bad experiences, but you have to look at what we do. I'll tell you this is how we talk to each other. We don't tell you what you need to do as far as that. We'll say, this is what we do and this is how we've done it. And we go based on our experiences. Even if we had a bad experience with a project, we look at what we could have done differently and to make it a better or have a better outcome that could have helped us to have a better result. And so that's why I said,
and mostly it's knowledge, right?
It's just knowledge.
A lot of times
I think it's always knowledge.
It's always knowledge, just not knowing or not experiencing it yet.
And that's why we want to add value to you guys. And so we're sharing this stuff to give you a sense of, yes, you can do that project. And there may be different steps that you would take based on if you choose to just go what you like to do, or if you want to just go buy a new cabinet, or you want to, just resand the back of it. There's different steps to do. You decide on what your budget allows for you to do. But yes, you can make things happen in your home.
Yes. So we finally got everything done, and we're now putting down the new tile. And let me tell you guys, to put down new flooring, if you have any home, or any room in your home that the flooring is just driving you crazy, when you get new flooring, it changes the whole game. I don't know what it is about it, but I will definitely recommend or encourage anyone to do their flooring, especially the kitchen flooring, because it's something that you see a lot. And we put down these, I think it's 12 by 24.
They are.
Yeah, rectangle tiles. And
grouted them.
We're grouting them. We're using the spacers. We're trying it in a brick pattern. And this is our first time doing it. And it turned out,
I forgot that. Yeah.
It turned out really good. So for us with tiles, you can even get creative on how you lay the tiles. You can lay them like in a diamond. You can lay them like just stack regular. You can offset them however you want. You can actually make it a brick pattern where it's one starts here, then the other one starts in the middle. You can do whatever you want. You can diagonalize them. Wait, is that a word?
Yeah. Well, if it's not, you made it up.
You can diagonalize them.
You created it.
You can do whatever. Yeah. And we had it go through our kitchen and into the laundry room. And it actually opened up the space. We have considered a small kitchen, and it opened up the space.
Like a small laundry room that's connected to it.
Yeah, it made it look really nice. Yeah. So if you see the before and afters of the kitchen makeover, we'll put a link in that for the kitchen makeover. You'll see how our kitchen looked. And the other reason why we chose like the light gray bluish color is because we had dark appliances. And at the time that we were doing the makeover, we were not, the budget wasn't with new appliances. So we're like, okay, black appliances came with the home, and we had a black microwave and refrigerator. We didn't want the kitchen to be too dark. So we contrasted it with a kind of light gray. Before it was black and white. That they made everything. It was all, the cabinetry was white, countertops were white, and the floor was kind of just this yellow vinyl. And so a little pop of color, but to keep it bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put in the chat the kitchen makeover. So there's a link to the kitchen makeover. But Tanya is asking a question. She says, let me show this. I'm in an 80s style cabinet kitchen with old appliances, stove and dishwasher. I definitely don't have the money to do all at once. What makes more sense to do in such a tight layout as far as in money? Cabinets first or appliances? Well, to be honest with you, I think cabinets is cheaper. Cabinets is cheaper than appliances. First of all, trying to get your appliances right now is going to be interesting because of what happened with the pandemic and the shortage of appliances. At least when we were trying to look at some other ones, it was just taking more time to get your appliances. So for the fastest thing to do and the cheapest thing to do is to repaint or to redo your cabinets.
It's going to be harder. I mean, what I'm saying is like to replace the appliances like we were talking about before, you just, picking them out, you're going to be installing them, and that's kind of it. To do your cabinets, you got to take them down, you have to paint each one, and many people have done different things. So let's talk about that. When you paint your cabinets, some people paint them while they're still hanging on the cabinet, like the doors are still there. They don't take the whole door off. In our makeover, we did take the cabinet doors off and took them out into the garage and painted them. And the reason why we did that is because why did we decide? Our hinges or something made it where it would just be easier for us to take it off. And we wanted to also paint the whole, what do they call it? Like the frame as well.
Well, because of the fact that our hinges, our hardware goes into the cabinet door, that's the reason why we chose to take it off and paint both sides, because it wasn't flush.
Yeah, it wasn't flush. It was hard. It was just a little harder.
Yeah.
And we were changing out some of the knobs to pulls. So we needed to actually get the door down, drill some holes, measure it. And for us, it was just easier for us to not do it while it's hanging up for us. And we did our pantry door. We were doing the lower cabinets and the shelves, the drawers. Mm-hmm. So for us, it was just easier to take them off.
So here's one thing I want to talk about. When you're doing DIY projects and you're budgeting for them, sometimes you have unexpected things that happen.
Yeah. So
such as you might not have a tool that you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't, and you don't know that you need this tool until you get into the job, because if you're a beginner, intermediate person, you have no idea, and you're like looking at it and you're like, man, I need a so-and-so. I didn't know I needed so-and-so. Now I got to make another trip to Home Depot or Lowe's. And so, we've made so many trips to those stores during each project, you have no idea.
Even with the plan.
Even with the plan, you're still going to need to go.
And I forgot to mention, if you want a DIY project planning worksheet, head on over to our website at DIYpowercouple.com. We'll leave something in the comment. We'll leave a link in the comments to our website, and you can go ahead and download a planning worksheet. It will really help you to kind of think through each project and not get overwhelmed. Because once you're in there and you see like all your cabinets off and you see all of your food and plates and everything, and it just seems like it's chaotic. But your plan will help you to stay on track and to kind of see the end. It will help you, and you can use it for any makeover. I think it's more for actually DIY makeovers than for like if you're getting a contractor to do something, because it's to help you stay on budget with the tools and the products that you will need for your makeover.
Yeah. I mean, nobody knows your budget like you do.
Yeah.
So you know how much you want to spend, and you know how much. The funny thing about budgets is you know what you want, but you know what you should be spending. I'll say it like that. Because there's a difference between what you want versus what you need to spend to stay within budget. Because when you go out to these stores, sometimes you'll see let's say a faucet. You'll see a kitchen faucet that they have about 10 of them. And you really like that one over there. It's like, that's the big one that you like.
But it's $300.
Yeah, but it's like, it might be, let's say $300 to $500, whatever, just for that. And so now, you want to stay under, to the $99 range or something, just because you have other things that you're working on as well. It's not that you can't get that, but it's just like you're looking at it in respect, in contrast to all of the other items that you have to purchase, plus maybe some tools that you didn't know that you need to get.
Yeah, you want to give yourself time to compare. Is that what you're like?
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah. You
see the first thing that will catch your eye. We were talking about that before, but you want to give yourself a little time to see what else is out there too. At least maybe you have 3 options. Okay. So you have what you really want, which is like what we had in our inspiration picture. And then we had what was out there, because we didn't really know what was out there. And then we had what we could afford. Yeah. Those are kind of like the 3 areas. And it's okay, because the thing is, nobody knows how much you spent on your faucet. Even if you went to the restore, what is it? The restore store. Yeah. A Goodwill. Yeah. But maybe you got your hinges from somewhere else. No one knows that. But I can tell you, no matter what you do to your kitchen makeover, it's going to look nice.
It's going to look better than before. So the reason we say our slogan is better than before is because if you've lived with it, or something happened where it was lower than you'd like for it to look or be, once you do something to enhance it, it becomes better than before. Yes. It becomes, wow, I did this, so what else can I do? We first start with paint. Paint is a great way to change, any room. And as we said, you want to prime before you paint anything. So painting something changes it. Doing peel and stick will change it. Or if you want to do ceramics, you just know, your skill level.
Just take your time.
You take your time and you learn. I'll tell you this, we learn as we go. Every project that you guys have seen on our channel, we have done it for the first time. And
we share it with you so that you can see it and that you can learn from it and that you can grow from it without having to necessarily have that experience per se, because we want you to know that you can do it too. And there are things that come up. There are things that come up. And with a kitchen makeover, you definitely also want to plan your meals. Like if you're a person who cooks a lot, or you are in your kitchen a lot, or if you have kids, they're eating breakfast, whatever it is that you're doing in your kitchen, until you do a kitchen makeover, sometimes you don't realize how much you're in there. So one thing that I don't know if I did, I probably would have done it differently, is plan out our meals a little bit better. Like that Friday, we're going to just go get some pizza or whatever, or when we're going to order in, if we can use the stove, because I really couldn't use the stove when we did the backsplash and the countertop. Then you have to wait for things to dry. You don't want to accidentally pull something out of the cabinet and it drops on, I probably would have maybe pulled out some items in my cabinets and put them aside, so I didn't have to go into the kitchen and get them. Things like that, like little things like that.
That's a part of the planning that people usually don't think about. If you want to eat, that's still your kitchen. So you do everything in your kitchen, and you don't realize, what you need until you can't get to it, or you're not supposed to touch this, because it's like you said, you're waiting for it to dry.
You don't even realize.
Yeah. But Tanya said, let me see here. So she said, "Oh yes, I do a lot of browsing," and I got that from her mama. She got that from. So yeah, we browse at a lot of things when we're going through the store, and we're looking at all the different options that there are with the different pricing, and we just decide on what's needed for that kitchen project. And that's how we came up with peel and stick, I believe, because first of all, our skill level dictated what we could do, because I didn't know how to do ceramic or porcelain or anything like that for flooring at the time. And I think that vinyl plank flooring wasn't as big at that time.
And your skill level, like what you can do. So for us, the reason why we keep talking about peel and stick is just because our skill level was 0 at the time for flooring.
Yeah. But we're not saying that you have to do peel and stick, because you move on from that. But my thing is,
just know what you can do.
Yeah, you know what you can do. And like we said, we've done all types of flooring now, which is interesting because I didn't know that we would be doing flooring and all this stuff that we're doing right now. It started with, our kitchen and our bathroom, which are 2 major rooms that people usually want to renovate or update in their home. And
you guys can easily do that with DIY.
Yeah, DIYers can definitely do that. And you watch videos and you look at who's adding value to you.
You can watch our videos.
Exactly.
You can watch, if you're looking to update your flooring, we have done it in almost every room in our house. So it'll give you an idea of what you can expect. And that helps to know what you're going to need, what tools, kind of the cost, and all of that.
In our videos, we try to also do cost breakdowns.
Yeah.
So that helps people, I believe. And the reason we chose to do that is because we want to give as much value as we can to you guys, so that you know what you're getting into before you start.
And if you have a question about anything, feel free to leave it in the comments so that we can let you know approximately how much it would be, because in every area is different. One of the biggest thing is you'll need to know your square footage for your kitchen.
Yes.
Anyway, you kind of just need your square footage to let you know how much your paint is,
how much paint to get,
how much flooring. You'll have to measure even your cabinetry depending on what type of things you're going to add
And when you get your square footage for your flooring, usually they have that on the box. So if your flooring is X amount and it's, a large amount, that'll tell you how many boxes you should be getting.
Yeah.
And they make it easy for you, actually.
And there's a lot of online calculators that you can use. Usually the people that work in the stores are knowledgeable about that as well for your square footage. So basically, a kitchen makeover DIY is definitely doable. We want you to walk away with that today, at least, is that it's definitely doable. You break down each kind of section. We recommend that you start from the top, again, all the way down. If you want to do just a quick makeover, just painting your cabinets does a lot. So, that's one option that you can do.
I'm looking around our kitchen, and my son and I, we actually put up a new fan in our kitchen.
The lighting.
So lighting changes the look of your kitchen as well. So if you have new paint and new lighting, then that's going to change the look of your kitchen.
We also put blinds. We put blinds in our kitchen, and
these right here.
Yeah, that opened it up differently. Added,
right there.
Brought light in. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
So one announcement we want to make is that we have some new merch. The Creator t-shirts. We also have Power t-shirts, and you can go right to our website to the shop. We've already put that on there, and you can get your Creator shirt. because DIY is all about creating. You're creating the life that you want. You're creating the atmosphere in your home that you want. And so with this merchandise kind of line for this season, we wanted to really accent that we are creators, you're creators, and we're kind of like a community of creators.
Yeah. I mean, you're creating something new with your home. And that's what we like. We like the fact that we're helping people to build different things and new atmospheres in their home. Because when you feel good about walking into your house just because you changed the color of it, I mean, it's like, wow, that makes me feel good just knowing that you guys are watching our videos and you say nice things to us on our comments. We get some really nice things, and that's why I'm really appreciative of that.
Yes, we are glad that we can help you with ideas for your home. So you can check those shirts out. We have shirts, and now we have a tank top that's out there. Oh yeah, put your creator hat on.
Yeah, put it on. Okay, here it goes.
There we are. Yeah. We're ready to DIY.
Yeah, I like this. So this is me.
And I
usually wear my hats backwards, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So
it looks nice.
Yeah, that's
you look good.
Yeah, but especially when I'm working, because if I'm getting up and close on something, I can't have that bill getting hit all the time. So.
Yeah, but it also helps when you're outside.
Yeah,
too.
It covers the back of your neck. So
that's online, and I think today we're gonna have another promotional probably in June. But today and maybe till tomorrow, I think Spreadshirt, which is the company that does our shirts, is 10% off, and the code is 10 off May. We'll put that in the comments of if you'd like to get one today or tomorrow. I think this ends tomorrow. It's like the site little promotion that they're doing. So it's a minimum order of $20 and you get 10% off. And look for some other promotions in June with the merchandise. We also want to kind of let you know what's coming up. We are going to be doing a bathroom makeover, a small bathroom makeover. We want you to go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and go ahead and turn on those notifications so you can see when that is coming out. And if you haven't already seen the videos that we just uploaded, we've done a Amazon haul for all of the items that we did for baby girl's room. If you like shopping, you like little decor, something different, and we put that out there, so you'll see that in our channel playlist. And what else did we do?
I mean, we do some shorts. Sometimes.
What was our other video that we did? Our IKEA hack. It was the bed. We painted her bed.
Oh, yeah. And her bunk bed. We changed the color of her bunk bed.
That's right.
So I mean, I'm sure people have done it a lot before, but I didn't know of people doing it. So her bunk bed was gray.
Metal. It was
metal gray.
Yeah.
And so we changed it to pink.
Yeah.
For her. So we custom made her whole room for her. Mm-hmm. So you guys got to check that out.
And you have to see what you did with that dresser. We had a Goodwill dresser that she picked out, and we painted it. We added knobs, some crystal knobs, a little bling. We blinged it out, and that's something that paint did.
And on that video is a link to the spray. Do we have a link to the spray gun?
I don't know. Maybe we should.
We gotta get one. You gotta get yourself. If you're gonna paint things, get yourself. Oh, Tanya, I gotta tell you, if you're gonna paint your cabinets, make sure you get a spray gun too. That might make it really nice and smooth when you're spraying the cabinets, so you get nice, soft, smooth coating.
Yeah.
On both sides. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, and if a spray gun is not your thing
or
yet,
in the budget, if it's not in the budget,
the roller and paintbrushes do fine too.
Yeah.
They'll take a different amount of time. Okay. And also they produce a different finish. Our recommendation with the paintbrushes is making sure you get the right paintbrush for the type of paint you're getting, and that you don't get a cheap brush, because it'll leave
they fray.
Yeah.
They fray and they leave little straggly, little arms of the paintbrush on there, and all you get is like that one little paint on.
It'll stick. It'll stay on there, and it'll drive me crazy.
Yeah, it will.
So Kathy said, "You are the best I've seen at making your content accessible to all of us, and building confidence. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate it. And that's our goal, is to make sure, well, not make sure, but to share.
Yeah, we like to share, and we like to give value.
Our experiences, so that you can do it and you feel confident in that project. So, I mean, we appreciate all of you guys being here today on this Sunday. Did you have anything that you wanted to close out or anything with?
No, I'm just grateful for you guys and thankful that you are on our channel, that you're part of the community, and that you're watching us, and that we're able to give you the value that you need and that you're asking for.
Yeah, so let us know anything that you would like for us to discuss in our next live. Go ahead and put that in the comments, and we will see you next time. And remember, you can DIY too. Bye, guys.
See you guys.